Welcome back at 6:50. Time for the morning sprint.
SSM Health is normally I say that.
Hey, that's true.
That's true. SSM Health suing over nearly a dozen doctors who left the hospital to start their own practice. 11 surgeons are now working for a competing private practice after leaving the hospital system. Orthopedic and Spine Centers of Wisconsin is now open in Madison as of yesterday. The owners declined to comment on the lawsuit. SSM Health released a statement, though, saying that reassuring patients that the hospital will continue to provide orthopedic services across the state.
With a 3/4 majority vote, the county board will move forward with a new jail proposal that costs an extra $13.5 million. The current jail has been criticized for being outdated with inhumane conditions. To help move the $179 million project along, Sheriff Calvin Barrett recently pledged to work on reducing racial disparities in jail and supporting alternatives to incarceration.
There's a renewed push at the state capitol for legalizing medical marijuana. Republicans are leading the charge this time. Assembly Speaker Robin Vos says Republican lawmakers are working in private to build support for a bipartisan medical cannabis program that could be enacted into law later this year. Democrats are still pushing for full legalization, but the legislation being talked about by the GOP would start with medical marijuana.
Severe weather season is upon us, so we have some advice to help keep you safe. The best place to be when a tornado warning is in place: your basement. The lowest, sturdiest room in the house, maybe it's the bathroom. If you're in a mobile home, have a solid structure to which you can evacuate. And of course, always have a plan, as a tornado can strike anytime, anywhere, any season.
The number of people killed now up to 3 after tornadoes ripped through Oklahoma this week. Video here shows the wall cloud moving across the state, and then it's starting to churn. Here comes that funnel cloud. A swarm of 18 tornadoes were reported in Iowa, Oklahoma, and Kansas.
New information about a man in Fond du Lac County who authorities say was arrested after admitting to setting wildfires for 2 decades. An investigation counts at least 16 fires believed to be started by the man, dating back to 2002. Police say he used the fires to relieve stress. Arson charges have been referred in the case.
Madison College and UW Health teaming up with the Department of Workforce Development to create a registered nurse apprenticeship program. Madison College will provide all classroom instruction. All tuition, books, supplies, and full-time salaries and benefits for the apprentices will be supported by UW Health.
Don't look up. A number of loons have been falling out of the sky in Wisconsin. Yeah, you heard that right. An education group in Anago has taken on several birds as the changing weather makes it hard for them to get around. Here's why. Experts say ice is forming under the birds' wings at high altitudes, causing them to fall. If you find a fallen loon, call your local wildlife expert for help.
Hundreds of trees being planted through northeast Wisconsin thanks to the Packers and some Brown County workers. The First Down for Trees program donated 400 trees to 16 different communities surrounding Lambeau. First Down for Trees has been happening since 2010 and serves as a way for the Packers to reduce their carbon footprint from all their away game travels.
Involuntary manslaughter charges against Alec Baldwin related to the shooting on the Rust film set will be dismissed. That's according to his attorney. Helena Hutchins, the film's cinematographer, was killed by a live round of ammunition fired from a prop gun Baldwin was holding. Baldwin had pleaded not guilty. A status hearing for the case is set for this afternoon.
Authorities have announced a 5th arrest in the weekend mass shooting in Alabama that left 4 dead and 32 injured. A 19-year-old and 16-year-old were arrested yesterday, in addition to the 3 suspects who were already in custody. The suspects, all accused of being the gunman who opened fire at a Sweet 16 birthday party on Saturday night.
Falling short of expectations, SpaceX's Starship, the most powerful rocket ever built, exploded just minutes into its maiden test flight. The rocket was unpiloted at the time. SpaceX CEO Elon Musk said the company learned a lot for its next test launch that's scheduled a few months from now.
As many as 70% of children who are blind or visually impaired don't participate in sports or gym classes. Vision Forward in Milwaukee, though, deciding to give those kids an opportunity to play beeper ball. The ball beeps, and then they follow the sound of the bases to score. Students from Milwaukee School of Engineering run the games and have done so for the past 8 years.
5 minutes away from a straight up 7 o'clock. First Warn meteorologist Kelly Slifka on this Friday. Here we are looking at temperatures in the 30s and low 40s. There is some cooler air lurking up to the north. That's going to be rotating on in, it looks like, later tonight going into tomorrow. We are expecting some sun today. Temperatures warming through the 40s and the low 50s by the noon hour, topping out in the mid 50s. Later this afternoon, we will start to see some clouds move on in. And here's some of that cooler air that's lurking just to our north that will dive down to the south and reach us going into the weekend. So planning today is just going to be windy. Some of these southwest winds at 15 to 25 miles per hour. Temperatures in the mid 50s. We typically this time of the year should be in the low 60s. So we're falling short of our average this time of the year and really looking rather cool as we head into the weekend with that colder air working in. Temperatures only in the mid 40s tomorrow. Can't rule out some scattered rain and snow showers. Still cool on Sunday. Should be dry. Looks like next week we do get back in the 50s, but by this point we should be in the low to mid 60s. So we're going to fall short of that. No big storm headed our way. Just a chance of some light rain Monday night into Tuesday. Another chance next weekend. So if you're looking for some warmer weather, it's just going to have to wait. Eventually it'll get here, I promise.
Keep looking, right? Yeah.
All right, have a great weekend, everybody. We'll be back in a half an hour with another news and weather update.